I've gone around the internet, tried to get information on why Dragonheir Silent Gods would remove itself from the United States. And if you're outside the US, I want to know from you down below, do you still feel like you would support this game? Do you think it's wise to spend money and keep playing this game when they remove themselves from the United States and won't give you an explanation as to why they did that? This is very suspicious. We need to know why this is happening. Otherwise, I feel like you should not support it. You shouldn't play it anymore, and you should definitely not spend any money. Let's look at the information that I've gotten so far. We can look at ByteDance here with TikTok. A lot of people have been talking about TikTok might be the issue this is happening, which I cannot believe that at all. There is possible issues with the US and the EU in regard to TikTok, and you can read about that on the Wikipedia. Recently, EU just passed legislation about it being some kind of like monopoly or something just a day ago. Has nothing to do with games that they previously owned, because they owned Nuverse, which was sold to Tencent on March of 2024. Nuverse has Marvel Snap, Warhammer 40K. They own Moonton, which does Watchers of Realms, Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and SGRA, Dragonheir Silent Gods. None of those games have been removed from the United States market. The only issues I've seen with Tencent are in regard to WeChat, and it's not a good thing. You can go read the Wikipedia about that, see how many government agencies have banned WeChat from being on any of their devices. But they do own a crazy amount of games. Tencent is the biggest gaming company in the world by far. Riot Games, 100% ownership. We've got League of Legends along with Teamfight Tactics and Valorant. Epic Games, 40% ownership with Fortnite and all of their games. Grinding Gear Games, 80% ownership with Path of Exile. We have Path of Exile 2 coming out. Supercell, 84.3 ownership with Clash of Clans, Brawl Stars, all the Clash games that they have. Level Infinite, which is their company. Arena of Valor, PUBG, NBA Infinite, and then they own a whole bunch of other companies that I just can't go find and list, and lots of percentage base, like small percentage bases in Ubisoft, Activision Blizzard, and Discord. Maybe even a lot in Discord, we just don't know how much, but they purchased Nuverse on March 2024, which has all these games we're talking about right now with Dragonheir Silent God. When I was reading Reddit, Phonage had a great post. They're trying to claim it was due to that, despite the fact that Dragonheir was developed by a different company and sold to a different publisher than TikTok. Also, their current publisher makes and releases other games in the United States without these problems, which is 100% correct. Only Dragonheir Silent Gods has removed itself from the United States. None of these other games that you can see here have. And they were with Nuverse, Dragonheir Silent Gods, being sold over to Tencent. So if there was anything funny going on, it would be straight from SGRA and nobody else. It'd be a rogue element of them doing something crazy, which is kind of hard to believe, but it's not hard to believe when you remove yourself from such a huge market. It makes you wonder. And if you're not going to come out with an explanation of why, I just can't trust that company. And this is why I believe that even if you're outside the United States, you shouldn't either until we get some real information about what's going on. The day after this big announcement, they come out with a roadmap telling us they're going to do all these amazing things for the game. Very convenient to do after you alienate a huge percentage of your player base. Now, I understand as a company why you would do this. You want to try to retain what little people are left. But do you, outside the US, want to play on an already, like the game was already dying. The game was dying every single day. Now it's going to be even worse. Do you believe that everything that they said on this roadmap that they're going to actually do? Do you believe it like the half anniversary event? Do you believe it like the Oak Festival event that was supposed to be here for God knows how long now? I just can't get down with them telling us that they're going to do something like this when they've never wanted to talk to any of the content creators about anything. We have told them time and time again since beta ways they can make this game amazing, and they just ignore everything. I don't believe anything they're telling us unless you tell us why you removed yourself from the United States. And if it makes sense, then you can maybe gain some of our trust back. Let's talk about these conspiracies. A monopoly. Could this be a monopoly now for Tencent? They have too many games all around the world, and it's going to be an issue. And they took one of their lowest performing games and they just pulled it from the United States. That could be, but wouldn't you say that? I would think you telling us that would be an understandable thing to tell us, and then we would be a little bit better with feel better with what's going on. D&D legal issues with Wizards of the Coast. This could be real. They could have done something to break their contract, something so serious that it would cost them a crazy amount of money. And then so they just said, you know what, we're just going to back out of the United States because we still have D&D assets in the game that we can't have. And to have that in our game would mean we'd have to close it down. But I still feel like that if that was the case, they wouldn't be able to operate in EU and other areas of the world. It wouldn't just be the US. Privacy issues, stealing our information and using it the wrong way. I don't think that's the case. TikTok has had a lot of things about that, which I'm not going to get into, and I don't care about because I don't feel like it's related. That was with ByteDance, and plus none of the other games are showing the same kind of symptoms. Tencent with WeChat has that issue for sure, but it's never affected their games. So again, that would have to be some kind of rogue thing from SGRA where they're just going crazy and doing something bad. They don't want it found out, so they pulled out of the US as quickly as possible so they couldn't get in trouble for it. EU does not mess around with this stuff at all. So if that's the case, then EU would be closed down eventually as well. I don't think that's the case, but I don't know what the case is. It has to be something massive. It has to be something serious, and that's why I would not support this game, even living outside the United States. And I damn sure would not be spending any money in this game. You guys let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate your time. I will see you all in a video soon.